Alright, my coffee maker is leaking. It's a Delonghi Perfecta, I believe. So I'm going to open it up and see what's going on. Alright, so there's two screws. It's easy, it just pushes up. Off it comes. This is my Delonghi ESAM5400 Perfecta, I think it is. I've got a water leak, and originally I thought it was the valve at the back of the unit, so I cleaned that, but that was functioning fine, and still is functioning fine. Now I've determined that there's a leak in the boiler, and this is the boiler right here, this thing here. Water leaks out under the seams. It's a little rusted, so what I'm going to do is get a replacement part and see if it fixes it. And to get to this, we have to take this piece off and that piece off. And to get this off, there are 4 screws, 2 here and 2 on the other side. So we'll remove those. Okay, so this should just slide off. There's a ribbon connector you'll need to disconnect. It's very straightforward. There's a little clip in the back that you wiggle a little bit and out it comes. So that's basically the ribbon connector. Easy to put back together again. And then you get access to this thing. Now this is connected to the circuit board, which I'll show you. I'll turn this around. So these 2 wires are connected in. Red one connects up here, which I will take off. Just remember, red one connects down the bottom here. Take that one off. There's a black one here, all the way down the bottom. That comes off. Now this, if you're careful, just lifts out. Sometimes the wires get hung up, so just be a little careful. So now I've got that out of the way. Now that that's removed, you get access to the boiler. Alright, so this is the boiler. It's held in by 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. Underneath each of these screws is a nut that you have to secure, so we'll try and figure out how to take that off and then see what else needs to come off. Should be interesting. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the water container. Get that out of the way. Now I know that gives me access to, there's a nut under here for this one, so we'll try and take that off and see how successful we are. Put that away. This one, the nut for it is inside the unit, so you just open the cover and you should be able to get to it. Alright, so guessing I need to pull a few of these things out, so let's get rid of this thing first though. Get rid of this little zip tie here, put it back later. Okay, need to take this out. Well, I'm assuming I need to take that out. I need to take one of them out, so let's just take this out to start with. Little pin. So we give it a little wiggle and see what happens. That comes out. Very good idea to have a towel around. So that one's out. I'm not sure if the new one comes with this connected or not, so we'll keep it, see what happens. Alright, what else we got? I'll leave that there, soak up the water. Okay. So we've got these white wires. I think I can take these two out. Not exactly sure how you tell one from the other. Not sure it really matters, honestly. What we'll do, I'll put a piece of tape on that one. Alright, this is the one on the right hand side, so I'll put some tape around it so we can remember. Take the other one off. A little bit harder. That's it. Jeez, was harder. Alright, that's off. So I'll get that out of the way. Get these wires removed because I've got to take this part comes out with it, so that's just their little clip. I can sort of get those fished out of the way. Now I need these two white wires, so let's find out where they go. Obviously doing my best not to cut the wires. Okay, so the two white wires come down here, come down there. Go into this little plug right here, it looks like. Right in there. I'll see if I can get a better shot of it. You can see here the wires coming in, and that's the connector right there, so we need to remove that one, which I will attempt to do. Okay. There we go. got it. Gotta get rid of these two connectors. They connect back into the back of the board. So these two connect into the back of the board. They come down here. One of them connects into this one. That's one. And the other one connects down the bottom here into this little connector. Right down here. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's the only brown wire down here actually. So hopefully I should be able to get that. I'll put the camera up and I'll get it. So it's connected right down the bottom. And it's a different type of connection to the other one. Hopefully you can see there two different types. So this one goes on the bottom, this one halfway up the board. Okay. So let's see. This one we leave. Should have these two out of the way. Got this little white wire out of the way. Got that disconnected. Wonder if it'll come out. Oh, little deal here. Not anymore. Pull that out. So now we get access to this tube here. It connects down into that, so I'll take it out. Just pull it out gently. Oop, plenty of water. There's probably an O-ring in there, there is, so we'll need to get that one out. Okay, so I'll take the O-ring out of this thing. There we go. Put it back on the end of this connector for now. Don't want to lose it. Alright. So here you can see the old boiler. You can see it's called a generator actually. It's pretty corroded through there. Got quite a lot of corrosion through here as well. Even in the center it's corroded, so yeah, we need a new one. Now this one is coded 05 and I think I've found the replacement part. It's the serial number ends in 731 I believe. So anyway, I'll get that part and we'll see whether it works. Alrighty, let's see if we can put Humpty Dumpty together again. I've just received the new boiler. So here's the old one, and you can see how rusted it was, and I guess there must have been a crack in the boiler or something, I'm not sure, but anyway, it didn't work. So I ordered a new one, and hopefully this works. So here's the new one. Looks pretty similar, looks identical actually to the old one, which is a good thing. So there's the new one, there's the old one, looks pretty similar to me anyway. And the only difference is the old one's an 05 it looks like, the new one looks like it's an 06, so I don't know if that's going to cause a problem or not, but we'll see what happens. And oh, just from memory, the part number for this one ends in I believe 732, but I'll check that and let you guys know. So this is my Delonghi Perfecta ESAM5400. It's having issues, so I'm gonna just take that that piece off. And see if we can figure out how to put this bad boy back. So this piece here comes with the new unit. It's right there. So I need to take this off. I'll go and do that. So take this one off. Put that aside. I'm sure there's some O-rings on the end of this. There are, so we want to keep that O-ring, because the new unit does not have the O-rings in it. So I know that goes in there. This connector here goes right into there, so I know that one. Then I think it's more cables than anything, so let's see if we can figure this out. So I've got these two here. Oh. So one of these two goes in there. I'm assuming due to the bend it's this one. Alright, so this bad boy needs to go in here. It's got this one needs to go into that orifice there. So push that in and grab my little retaining clip, and hopefully secure that, so we're good. Going to take this black connector, push it in to the only place it can go on the other side, so we're good there. Put the unit back down, got it securely in place. Now I'll put this one, I'll put this into the unit right here, once again, but I have the O-ring on it, there's no O-ring in it. So press that in, get your little retaining clip that you should have had from the old unit. Put that one in. And now we've got a couple of wires. From memory, I taped this one up because it was the one on the right hand side, so that should be easy. It goes on the switch, which is right here, so hopefully I can remove the friggin' masking tape. There we go. Push that bad boy on. Okay, good. Here's the other one. I remember that one was a bit of a pain in the ass to get off, so I'm hoping that's on. Judging by the fact it's still a pain in the ass, it probably is. So push that one back on. All good. I think I'll put my bolts in now. I don't think I need to move that anymore. One, two, so these little screws can be a little tricky to get to. This one here, you put the nut on it from inside the unit, so you actually have to open the front door there and feel around and find it. So Sweet. I got that on for the most part. Let's see. The other nut you can access by removing that. Probably can't see it, but it's easy to find. Just under here, where my finger is, right there. Easy to find. Not sure how easy it's going to be to put this nut on. I think I got lucky. I did. Might capitalise on that. Just gently secure it. Doesn't have to be ridiculously tight. Very cool. Alright, got 2 more to go. Put this one in. This one is a bit of a pain to get to, so to get to this one, it's right under there. So you got to come into it from the back without dropping anything, so good luck with that one. Let's see partially where my problem is. And align this properly, that's better. There are a couple of little pins that you can align the broiler to. So I'll use a little bit of tape so you can hold them together temporarily. I know there are other ways you could get this thing to stay together, but I don't have any of those other ways, so we'll try this way. They make this look so easy on other videos, and maybe it is, but I'm here to tell you it's not for me. Ooh. Take that. Alright, well, that's a piece of cake. And just to prove how easy it is, I'll do it again. This was cross-threaded a little bit, sorted out now. So now we should have a bunch of wires to connect. Let's take a look. We've got the 2 black wires and that white connector. So let me spin this around so we can figure it out together. Okay, so here we have our 2 black wires from the boiler, or the generator as they call it, and we have this white one. The white one's nowhere near as long. From memory, it's going to go into here. I think it only just bloody fits too, so got to just pull it across a little so we can get it to fit. Yep. The one on the old unit seems to be slightly longer. Yeah, it's about an inch longer. I'll get it to work. And I'm hoping to heck that it goes right here. I'll review it later, but from memory it does anyway. Yeah. Okay, fits. Doesn't look like I have much other option, so good enough. Now, got the smaller connector versus the larger connector. From memory, the larger connector basically went down here, went under this bloody thing. Which is this one. I went through here, above this little clip. This one did the same thing. Through our little white makeshift cable tie. Down there. Do a little bit of cable management here so I don't get caught out. I think that should be okay. Good enough. Let's put him back. Okay. Alright, so now we have to connect these two brown wires. So the one with the white cap goes underneath this white wire here on the, I guess it's the right hand side of the board. It's seems to be marked thermometer, so let's plug that bad boy in. This one has a wider, I guess, spade connector on it. It goes right down here next to that blue wire. And I'm trying to read what it says, something like F1, F for Fred, 1. And from the left hand side, at least on my machine, it is the third spade. So I'm going to connect that up. And in theory, at least that part should be connected. Next step is to, well, I'm going to do a little bit of cable management here and then check whether or not when I plug the main board in and the grinder that the thing actually bloody works. So onwards and upwards. Okay, so now we've got the black wires in. Once again, the black wire with the larger spade bit goes into the third spade from the left as you're looking at it. And it's, as I said, I think it's called F1, and the other black wire plugs into something called thermo, and I'm assuming that is simply the thermometer. So just gonna, if you remember, there are the two wires here for the grinder, so we're gonna push this, place this gently in there. Take 2. Now place this gently right down through here. Cool. This should just easily slide into the little hole there. There's a little pin here. That's the unit. Just this piece right here slides over and sort of locks it into place. Well, rough and tough. Alright, so the red wire goes up where all the red wires are. There's a spade connector for the red wire. It's rather large. The name for it is MACINA. I'm guessing machine A, I don't know. Let's plug that in there anyway, see what happens. It's the only one left, so let's do that. Okay. Then the black wire down here goes all the way at the bottom. There's only one spade left, and it's basically connected to this blue wire here on F0. So I'm going to try and connect that in. Alright. So in theory, the unit itself should be relatively good to go. So we'll take the front of the unit. It's got this little ribbon connector right there. The ribbon connector plugs into this bad boy, like so. I'll check that I've got some beans. I do. Alright, so I guess the next step is, let's put some water in this and plug it in and see what the hell happens. Alright, so theoretically everything's plugged in. I'm going to remove all flammables, just in case I did something wrong. Plug it in, I'm sure it'll make a noise to start with. The lights are on the front of the unit. Okay, good sign. Didn't get electrocuted, even better sign. So the unit's going to go through its little warm-up routine. Let's grab a glass to catch the water here. Tells me it's warming up, so that's good. It's going to take a second for some of this water to be pumping through. That's a good sign. And the steam coming off it, an even better sign. I don't have any leaks yet, so potentially even better sign. So it tells me it's ready to rock and roll. Let's just see what happens if I tell it to spit out some water. It's good. Tell it to generate some steam for a second, see what happens there. This might make a mess, we'll see. Okay, that works. Let's see if it can actually do what it's designed to do. Make coffee. crossed. Let's see. Seems to be working too. How cool is that? Alright, we'll tempt fate, hit it one more time, see what happens. Still don't have any leaks. Alright, well, I'm going to call that a success. So, once again, for the North American Delonghi Perfecta ESAM5400, the boiler is the 120 volt boiler. The part number ends in 931, I believe. And if you look on eBay where I got mine, I think I paid about I don't know, 70 or 80 bucks for it. So better than the alternative of buying a new one, and frankly relatively easy to replace. Alrighty, now it's time to put this back together again, with the screws at least. So, put the screws in the bag here. It's got to slide over this thing, so it doesn't look like it will, but it does. Alright, so from the grinder, 2 wires. Here is one of them. So the black wire goes down the bottom on the very first pin, just off this blue wire. That pin number is F0. The red wire plugs into something called MACINA. So that's for the grinder. You get the black wire from the boiler itself. That plugs into pin F1, it's the third pin from the left. The other black wire plugs into the right hand side of the board, just underneath the white wire, into something called thermo. And then we take these wires here, there's 2 little white wires also come from the boiler. They plug into a little connector on the left hand side, and there's some writing on it that says J5 or NTC, I guess it's THERM, so another part of the thermometer. So, and just that white wire again, this one here, hard to see, but if I move those out of the way maybe better. goes right under that wire, that purple wire there. Let me give you a bit better view if I can. Alright, so there's the white wire. You can see it plugs into, there we go, that thing there. You probably can't see much in terms of the writing itself. If I zoom in, probably won't focus on it. Bit of a tough ask. It's about as good as I can get. So that's where the white wires go. Let me lower you down and we'll take a look at some of the red wires here. Okay, so the other, from the grinder, when you pull that out, this red wire plugs into MAC-INA, and you've got a black wire which is way down here, and I'll try and get my hand out of the way, maybe that'll help. Alrighty, so you can see the black wire right here, goes all the way around the back and plugs into the very first terminal. Sort of a joint spade with the blue wire. That's terminal F0. The black wire to the boiler is terminal F1. Over just right here. That should be fairly easy to see. And then the other wire from the boiler is this one, and it's plugging into THERMO. Guessing thermometer, but or thermostat, but yeah, that's about it. So that's the wiring, seems to all work. Here's the other thing you have to disconnect, is the ribbon. Pretty straightforward, just make sure there's a little groove. So the other thing you got to plug in is the ribbon. Just zoom out on that one. That one's really super easy to plug in and to remove. Just make sure when you put it back, you slide it into this little groove here. It's just a little groove, so I guess it doesn't get pinched. Probably do some cable management. Make sure these things don't get too messed up, but I think we should be good to go. So I'm going to put the other side panel on.